Good morning, Cindy here, and today I am at the beautiful new soccer stadium here in Austin, Texas, the Q2 Stadium. You can see it behind me in the background, and I was here for an event, and of course, being a gardener, I had to notice the fabulous landscape gardening that was going on. So the landscape architects here have done a wonderful job of choosing Texas native plants and grasses that do fantastic and are terrific heat. So this stadium has been up for a couple years now, and these plants are fully grown. They're mature now, and I'm going to show you the stars out here that made it through our 105, 106 degree weather, and they made it through our incredible cold snaps. So I can't wait to show you what you guys need to be planting and what I'm going to be planting in my yard, and that way we don't waste our money on plants that really aren't going to make it. So let's go see what they have here at this beautiful soccer stadium. So I'm here at the Q2 stadium, the soccer stadium, and they have beautiful beds, garden beds, all the way around the stadium. And I just wanted to give you examples of wonderful perennial plants that can make it and look beautiful in our incredibly hot summers. So this is a wonderful grass, and I don't exactly know the name of this grass, along with, this is ponyfoot, which is a great ground cover. It's got that silvery gray color. Next to it we have another low growing, this is Zexminia, and this is all over the place. Like, they've done a beautiful job of repeating. So they put these plants in the beds and then they repeat them as you go along. So we have the yellows, and then they have some really cool rock, more grasses. These are those sea oats grasses. And then we have the fall aster, the Texas asters, with these beautiful purple flowers, and they stay fairly low. And then we have the dwarf Yopon hollies, which stays low. And then they repeat now. The grasses again, the Zexminia, and all the way around are these wonderful perennials that will last all through the summer and the winters. They will come back every year and make your garden beautiful. So there's lots of different grasses here. This is some kind of a sedge, maybe a Berkeley sedge. Here is the wonderful feather grass that turns this pretty yellow in the fall. And here are the sea oats. They've cut all the sea oats off during its last little shearing. Back there is a muley grass, and then underneath this beautiful bald cypress. So they have just done such a good job out here landscaping. So I wanted to show you some more of the beautiful landscape architecture they've done here at the Q2 stadium. They've got beautiful palms. These are Texas fan palms. Just gorgeous. This more of this ponyfoot, dichondra grass, all of these great grasses. And this is going to look like this all winter long. Everything here is evergreen. There's got a lot of this Yopon, the dwarf Yopon holly. So I'm hoping you're getting some good ideas for how you can add some wonderful, tough landscape to your yard and not have to worry about water. You would water some when they're new. You wouldn't have to worry about too much sun or too much cold. These plants can take it. Another thing I wanted to point out, right here by this Zexminia, they are using the drip irrigation to water all of this. There's a little place here where humans have probably caused some damage. So this is all watered with drip irrigation and lots of thick mulch. So you can see where here is soil, but here we have the thick mulch. And this mulch looks to be about 2 to 3 inches thick. And that is so smart because these plants can have access to this water for longer periods of time, and you don't have to water as much. This Zexminia is so pretty. They just have this everywhere. These sea oat grasses looking great. They look like they've recently been trimmed, so they're a little unhappy right now, but when they are full again, they're just so pretty. More of this dwarf Yopon holly. This will stay low. You never have to worry about trimming it. I guess they may trim it some, but it does stay very low. And then they have something tall here, maybe a palmetto grass. And there are a few trees up here. More of the Zexminia. And then they just repeat those 5 or 6 different plants, these perennials that come back every year. And it just looks so good. They've got some, these are good old prickly pear cactus, but this is the spineless variety. So they don't have to worry about their patrons getting stuck. But isn't that a nice punctuation there for added drama? You know you're in Texas still. So they have a few different things in this bed. This is some yellow lantana. This is the Texas native variety, this very tough yellow. And there's kind of a yellow and white variety. All the way across. It's so pretty, sunny looking. And they have a big section of spiderwort, purple heart, whatever you want to call this. Some people called it wandering Jew. But this stuff can take the heat, comes back every year, and it spreads nicely. And that purple color is just really nice. Gives the garden a nice additional pop of color. Over here, out in the parking lot, they have 2 wonderful plants. This is rock rose, just as happy as can be, and this will continue to drop seeds and spread itself around. It's a prolific grower. And there's a nice little V right inside that one there. And right next to it, we have this Salvia greggii, which is a wonderful plant. This, of course, can take the heat. This one is a red variety. They come in reds and oranges and whites and pink. So another surprise I found out here at the stadium in the parking lot are ball cypress. So I'm going to get up close. So I've kind of panned back. You can see these are about 12 to 15 feet tall. I'm not sure how tall they get. I'll put this up on the screen later. But these are feathery, beautiful feathery leaved trees, and these are native to south central Texas, and they do have a watering system down here for them. I can show you. It is a drip, so they do get enough water. I'm curious as to how drought tolerant they are, but I guess they're not going to let them go without water. but they are just beautiful, and they've planted quite a few. Let me show you. So all through the parking lot, all the way down, they have planted these bald cypress. And when they get to their full height, they are going to be absolutely beautiful. So they have also planted many live oak trees. The team's mascot tree is the live oak. And so let me show you, it's got these thick, leathery leaves, and they really don't compost very well. They don't break down very well. And in the spring, every one of these leaves falls off, and the tree is covered with the most beautiful green, tiny, furry little, I don't know what you would call them, new leaves. And then in just a couple of weeks, it's covered with new leaves again. So anyway, the live oak is a tradition here in Central Texas. They're everywhere. Every once in a while, they pop in a beautiful succulent, like this is an agave century plant, and a big rock with it to punctuate the area, another of the bald cypress. So every flower, every garden bed that's out here is very well done, and all of these things will be here for years to come, no matter how hot it gets. And understanding that they do have the drip system watering. I don't know, they probably don't need to water more than once a week, maybe twice a week when it's 105. But it's just beautiful. Here is some white Salvia gregae. They keep this well groomed. I'm sure they chop this Salvia gregae regularly to keep it full and lush and more shrub-like, and so it doesn't get leggy. And they have lots of salvias. This, I'm not sure if this is May Night or Mystic Spires or Henry Dahlberg, but it's just gorgeous. They have these everywhere out here. And again, some more of the muleys and lots of the dwarf Yaupon hollies. These guys are so tough, and they stay small. Well, thank you for joining me here at the Q2 Soccer Stadium in Austin, Texas. I hope you were as inspired as I was to go out and plant some of these super tough perennials that are going to last, and you plant them once and you never have to plant again. And they can take all that our Texas sun and cold has to throw at them. The landscape architects have just done a wonderful job of planting things that are going to make it. They planted all of the things that we looked at today 2 years ago, and they do have drip irrigation, but they're doing fantastic. I'm standing in front of the mascot here. It is the live oak. The live oak tree is their mascot. They've planted many of them all over the area, and they're just doing a wonderful job of greening up the area. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe for more. And I hope you get a chance to plant some of these wonderful plants in your garden today. Bye-bye.